Good morning, my students. Today we are going to start with Unit 7, World Famous. Let's start with the vocabulary. First of all, I have the word governess. Governess, a woman who teaches children in their home. For example, my governess taught me how to speak English. After that, I have wealthy. Wealthy equal having a lot of money. For example, she is a wealthy woman. She can buy anything she wants. Extremely equal very. For example, this sport is extremely dangerous. Awake. Awake equal not sleeping. For example, he kept awake all night preparing for the exam. After that, laboratory. Laboratory, a room where scientists do research and experiments. For example, during our science session, we go to the laboratory. After that, genius. Genius, a person who is much more intelligent than other people. For example, she is a genius. She can solve any math problem. Discovered. Found or learned, something that people didn't know before. For example, Christopher Columbus discovered America. Prize. Something that a person or a team wins in a game or competition. For example, El-Ahli team won the prize. Collected. Went and got something from a place. For example, she collected a lot of stamps. Needy. Not having enough money, food or clothes. For example, this man is needy. He doesn't have any money or food. After that, rest. The part of something that is left. For example, we ate our lunch and we still have rest of it for tomorrow. Ill equal not well. For example, I am ill, I have a cough and fever. Government. Government equals a group of people who control the country. For example, the government set important rules to prevent coronavirus. Remains. Remains equals the body of a dead person. For example, there were remains during the accident. Tombs. Places where they put important dead people. For example, there are a lot of tombs for the pharaohs. Research, a careful study of something. For example, our professor asked us to do a research. Undergraduate, a university student. He is undergraduate. He is still at the university. Lecturer. Lecturer equal a teacher at the university. For example, Dr. Ahmed is our lecturer at the college. Notes equal information from the class that you write on a piece of paper. For example, while our teacher was explaining the lesson, I was writing the important notes. Lecture, a class at the university. For example, today we are having an important lecture. Graduate, someone who has a university qualification. My brother has just finished his college, so he is graduate. Degree equal a university qualification. For example, he has a degree of medicine. Professor, a very important teacher at the university. For example, Dr. Zuail was our professor at the university. Now we are going to say which verbs come with some nouns. For example, the verb take come with these following nouns. Take notes, take a degree, take a break. Also, I can say the verb give with these nouns. For example, give a lecture, give an advice. After that, we have the verb go. Go to the lecture, go to the university. Do a research, do a course. So, now we are going to speak about the job and the places where the people work in. For example, a scientist works at the laboratory. A surgeon works at operating theater. A broker works at the stock exchange. A judge works at the court. An artist works at the studio. A doctor works at the surgery. Now let's move to the grammar part. In the previous lessons, we speak about the past simple, and we said that we can add ed to any verb, like play, played, cook, cooked. But now we are going to have some irregular verbs. I can't add ed to them. There are any rules for the irregular past simple forms, so you have to learn them very well. For example, get, got, know, knew. Come, came, take, talk. Do, did, spend, spent. Have or has, had. Become, became. Write, wrote. Win, won. Begin, begun. Run, ran. This is some of the irregular verbs. What about the negative form or the interrogative form? The negative form exactly like the regular verbs. I use the subject plus didn't plus the infinitive verb. For example, he didn't sing. So I returned the irregular verb to the infinitive form also. What about the interrogative form? I ask with did and I have yes or no question. For example, did plus subject plus infinitive, this is our form, and for example I can say, did you see it? Yes I did, or no I didn't. What about the WH question? I start with the WH question and after that did plus the subject plus the infinitive verb. Where did you go yesterday, for example? I went to the theater, I went to the cinema. So this is about the grammar. What about the prepositions? I used in with the countries, dates, and for example in an accident. Die of, move to, at Cairo University, do a research into, the Atomic Energy for Peace Conference, wait for me, on March 3rd, 1989. This was our lesson today, which about Unit 7, and we are going to complete it.